Hello there, business owners, entrepreneurs, and CEOs. It's 2021 and a few weeks have already passed. Are you positioning your business for the trends that have been predicted by the experts, the forecasts? How are you positioning your business for changes that will be happening in 2021 in the construction industry? How are you positioning your business for that? In this video, we talk about a few of them, some key ones that will impact your business, your cash flow, your profits. And it's so important that you are prepared and planning for these changes, these forecasts in your business. I am Kersha Campbell. I do help everyday business owners in the commercial construction space, the industry, helping you to say goodbye to the sleepless nights, the frustration, the overwhelm when it comes to the state of your financial operations in your business. It could be that you are struggling with cash flow, you need more cash flow, or you have cash flow management issues. It could be that there's just chaos. You're not sure where to start, things are behind, there's backlog in terms of recording. You don't understand what's happening in your business. You know you're working hard, too hard. A lot of times you're working too hard and you are not even sure if you're being profitable, or you don't see it in your bank account, right? It impacts you in so many ways. So I help you to say goodbye to all that and, definitely having your business, positioning your business to be recession proof, helping your business to be profitable as well. So what are some of the trends, some of the changes that will be taking place? Number one, it is predicted that there is going to be ongoing issues with accounts receivable. It's going to spike. So what that means is that you are going to have persons owing you for longer times, owing you more. Collections are going to be slowing down. That's a prediction. And again, the prediction does not have to impact every business, does not have to impact your business. However, the fact that you are aware of it, it positions you as that business owner that, okay, this is what's happening. I need to be prepared. I need to have the steps to mitigate this happening. So, number one, when it comes to accounts receivable, that is where you have provided the service, the product, you have not yet been paid, however, right? And you have not yet been paid because you're not been paid fully. So there might be payment plans. There could be that, there are holdbacks, different situations depending on what your terms of payment are, the terms of payment that you have been in agreement with when it comes to your client. So you do want to be on the lookout for that. What does that mean for you? It means that it's time to review your accounts receivable process to say, okay, is this working? What is your system for managing accounts receivable? And accounts receivable management starts with invoicing, right? You need to ensure that you have a solid, effective system when it comes to sending invoices out, following up, collecting. You want to ensure that that's all there. And definitely that depends on your business. It varies from business to business, and that is okay. But you do want to ensure that you have key things happen in your business that make your accounts receivable management flow smoothly and effectively. For example, he had a situation, some time ago where this client was owed over $30,000, right? And it did not happen overnight. No, it happened for years. So it happened over several years. So what that looked like was that year one, it probably was 20. Year two, it moved up to 23, and it kept going up till it was over 30,000. And it was like, how did this happen? What caused this? How did we get here? And there are lots of reasons. I'm not going to get into a lot of the details, but for sure, one of the problems was they didn't have a solid, effective system to manage accounts receivable. There was a challenge there. What that meant was that there was not a solid system to say, okay, prevent this reoccurring. There was not a system to say, okay, I know when I'm owed, I need to follow up. That was not taking place. So these are some of the things you need to ensure is happening in your business as a business owner, as an entrepreneur, as CEO. Shift in here. As a CEO, you want to ensure that your business is set up to minimize the likelihood of this happening, mitigate the risk of this happening in your business. It might not even be 30,000 for you. No, it could be 100,000, 200,000. What happens then? You want to ensure that you are positioning your business that you know quickly that persons owe you overdue, and also you collect quickly, right, when persons owe you. So definitely this is something to sit down and review in your business to see, am I prepared for this? Because remember, when someone owes you, it impacts your business in so many ways, especially if you don't have that buffer cash, right? So what is happening is that they're taking so long to pay you. You might have supplies to purchase, team members to pay, contractors, investments to make, and you're not able to do it because those monies that you thought would have been in already are not in. So you want to be, in taking that into consideration as you plan for this year, the next few months in your business. A second thing that's going to be happening is that because there are COVID restrictions still in place, there are social distancing, there are limit persons on the job site, you are going to have situations where you might not have the full, let's say, the full number of persons, the full team, right? So that could be that impacts you in several different ways. What that is saying is that, okay, I need 7 persons to conduct this project, to do this job. However, because of COVID and restrictions and working requirements, I can only have only 4 persons on at a time. That is impacting your business in several ways. That's going to be impacting the length of the project, the length time of the project, the cost, and so many other ways. So you want to ensure that you are being proactive and being clear about what are the rules, clear about the regulations, ensure that your business is positioned to be obedient, to adhere to the rules and the regulations. So you're not, disobeying the rules, you're not disobeying the regulations, and of course, safety is not being compromised when it comes to your team and your clients, right? That is probably the most important thing, the safety. You don't want to be in a situation where your clients are at risk, your team members are at risk. You don't want to have you don't want that to be happening. So you definitely want to make sure that you are in a position to assess early what this is going to be looking like for your business. What does this look like in terms of the project scope, the project time, the project cost? So these are things that will be ongoing. So you want to plan early, you want to assess early, so you are clear as to what should be done, what should not be done. So that is definitely where you want to be in terms of those ongoing regulations, in terms of those ongoing rules when it comes to your business. You do want to ensure that you're keeping on top of these things for sure. So that is another trend that is gonna be that's expected to be hitting. That's expected to be continuing. I'm gonna be tongue tied over the next few months, and it's pretty interesting. When I was reading up on the trends to see that this has been some persons were saying that, okay, this non-payment it hasn't always been like that, but there are a lot of companies where it's always been a struggle to get payment. So there are some persons who, yes, they don't have a struggle getting paid, but there are other companies other business owners that yes, they do have struggles with getting paid, being paid on time, being paid the correct amount. And so it's a real issue. It does impact your cash flows, it impacts the monies in your bank. Non-payment impacts in so many ways. So you want to ensure that your business is at a reduced risk of being a victim of non-payment or late payments. I call it a victim. Non-payments or late payments. You want to ensure that this is what is happening with your business. It's not that you are at a risk when it comes to that happening, because there's just so many things. And those collection, but when you think of non-payment, it starts with having a good set of books. You want to be ensuring that you are reviewing timely, right? Not 6 months later, you're like, okay, this is what's happened. I didn't realize that. You want to be so current in your business when it comes to reviews that you pick up these non-payments early and quickly, right? You want that system in your business. And one of the key ways to do that is definitely to have your business transactions recorded correctly and timely, right? So that is what's going to help you with that. That's one way to help you with that area for sure. So that's something, to look to as a business owner, as an entrepreneur, as a CEO. Another trend, and just to recap, we are talking about the trends that are impacting the construction world, the construction industry for 2021. The first one we spoke on was um, in terms of an increase in non-payment, accounts receivable, late payments, non-payments, incorrect payments. There's going to be an increase in that, a spike in that, especially that as customers just continue to struggle, right? Struggle to be paid. So that is definitely one issue there. The second thing we spoke about was the impact of COVID in terms on the labor, the labor team, the labor, costs, the project scope, all that will impact the business in that way. The third one we are diving into is the impact of automation. Automation is always so exciting. When I was looking at some of the things that are on the burner, drones on the site, right? There's going to be, a trend with even green energy, more being environment friendly. There are lots of trends when it comes to the whole operation of the industry, how things are going to be done. And it's very, very exciting. I'm pretty excited. I'm pretty excited to see it unfold. So what does that mean? So if there's going to be automation, if there's going to be the use of more drones, use of more technology, how does that impact your business? Where do you fall? That is something that has to be decided on a case by case basis for sure. But you want to ensure that as a business owner, you are the abreast of the likely trends that will impact you. It's just that it's just like when you sometimes you see where okay, your job is going to be taken over by a robot or a computer. You want to know from early. You want to know early that, okay, my job might be at risk, or I might need to do this to keep my job, or, what else can I do if automation will take care of my job? What is something else that I can do? So it is an important time as a business owner, as an entrepreneur, as a CEO, that you are definitely looking to see in terms of the trends coming in and what can I do differently in my business. You definitely wanted to know that. What is it that if my business is being at risk by being taken over by a drone or some other software or automation process, what else can I offer to my clients? What does it look like for me? Should I feel that I'm threatened already? What are the opportunities because of this threat, right? What are the weaknesses? It's like you're performing a SWOT analysis right away. Strength, weaknesses, operate opportunities, and threats. That's the acronym SWOT, SWOT. Strengths, weaknesses, operation. No, strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. I learned it so over and over and over. So definitely that is what you want to be looking for in your business. What are some ways you can do that. Of course, there are other trends with and being green, environmental friendly, being green. You definitely want to see, of course, as what else can I do to be more environment friendly in how I operate, the products I use, and the sustainability. You want to get into a bit of that because that is another trend. Is definitely a thought to intensify that for 2021. So the trends will differ, and who knows at what point they might actually start hitting. However, the important thing is that they are on the burner, they are on the radar. That means that they're being considered. So it is important that as business owners, as entrepreneurs, as CEOs, there is a lot of innovation. So you are very clear that this might impact me. What can I do? I need to start thinking ahead before it actually happens. So, you know, for example, you're going to have struggles with your project scope, or it might be over budget. How do I handle that? Do you start communicating with the client from day one? Do you just absorb those losses, those decreases? So you do want to make sure that as an entrepreneur, as a business owner, as a CEO, you are, thinking ahead quickly because these issues will be impacting your business. And, you know, you don't want to be left behind. You want to be like, okay, my competitor realized this before. And that is why, in winding down here, that is why it is so important to keep abreast of, trends, to keep abreast of you know, developments in the industry so that you can be adequately prepared, adequately positioned to take advantage as needed or to implement the change as needed because it does impact your business in so many different ways. So I'm trying to remember, there was another one. I didn't have my notes, which is not very good. So So another thing was the they are also predicting that there are going to be a lot of major construction, actually new buildings going up. So that is another thing that to be prepared for. Can you apply for those? How does that work? How does that look for your business? So definitely, if you do know there's going to be a spike in buildings for a while, how can your service benefit from that? Right here, that's an opportunity. When if you conduct your SWOT analysis of what's happening, that is a definite, that is definitely an opportunity within the industry to increase your sales, your profits, your cash flow. So you do want to be looking out for those changes and remember that the changes they do impact every business owner differently. They impact yourself differently. So you want to ensure you are just in position to take care of all that and to keep going through with what's happening there. And so, just to recap, there are exciting changes that are being forecast, being predicted for 2021. It's an exciting time in spite of COVID, right? And the the onus is on you as a business owner to capitalize on these trends as you can, to prepare, change your business as needed for these situations, for these trends that are coming. Be prepared. Effective preparation is just so priceless. And it saves so many issues of your business from time to time. So you do want to ensure that you are taking care of these. So just to recap as we close down, number one, there are gonna be changes in accounts receivable. Persons are gonna see, an increase in accounts receivable, persons paying you later and later, smaller and smaller amounts. And you want to be prepared and positioned for that. That will be something that impacts your cash flow as well. Number two, because of COVID requirements with social distancing on certain job sites, you want to ensure that you are definitely prepared for this in terms of the labor cost. There's a shortage. If you might need to draw on other persons than who you usually drew on, you want to do that too. And you want to just keep being alert as to what is happening in your business and how does this look like for you. Right, project scope, project cost, project timeline, and so much more. Number three, we spoke about automation, increasing automation and new opportunities, positioning your business for that. So signing off, I am Kersha Campbell, and I do want you to remember that the number one reason businesses fail is lack of paying attention to their financial numbers and their cash flow. I do spearhead a growth-oriented firm where I focus on helping you move from chaos, financial chaos, to cash flow, wealth, and so much more.